Motif describes any element that repeats. In the musical arts, a motif can be the repeating melody in a song. In dance, it can be a repeated gesture or movement. And in the visual arts, a motif can be a continuing element such as pattern. The principle of repetition is created by the use of motifs. The use of repetition in a work of art can create a sense of unity, continuity, flow, and emphasis. Andy Warhol's screen-printed series of Campbell's soup cans is an example of repetition on a two-dimensional surface. In this series, he repeated the same image from advertising over and over, changing only the type of soup written on the label. This work makes us think of the seemingly endless variety of products that we must choose from on a daily basis. Does this scope of products really offer us the ultimate freedom of choice? Or, in a way, have corporations already made up our minds for us? Many artists in the performance art lineage of the 1960s used the principle of repetition as a way to amplify the significance of a single act. In this work entitled Step Piece, the artist Vito Acconci repeatedly tested his ability to step up and down from a small stool in his studio. He continued this endurance test for months, meticulously documenting the improving lengths of time that he was able to sustain this activity. In order to endure the monotony of this piece, we imagine that Acconci must have had to generate a sense of rhythm. The term rhythm often makes us think of the temporal or time-based arts. In an orchestra, the rhythm section helps keep the rest of the musicians on tempo. In theater, rhythm helps actors make sure they can deliver their lines on time, and in dance, a sense of rhythm helps ensure that no one gets dropped. When applied to the visual arts, the principle of rhythm is created through the regular recurrence of elements with related variations. What this means is that an artist can use elements of repetition to create a visual sense of rhythm. Because the spatial arts are generally still arts, an artwork can usually only convey such a sense of rhythm. The work of the Depression-era muralist Thomas Hart Benton is often full of implied movement and a sense of rhythm. The figures in his paintings seem to move and undulate, even though it is only our eyes that are doing the dancing. One of Benton's students, Jackson Pollock, shared an equal interest in conveying rhythm through his painting. In the case of Pollock, there is rhythm in the repetitive design that he has created through the splatters of paint. Our eyes move throughout the composition as we follow the snake-like directional forces of the paint. The sense of rhythm in Pollock's paintings also stems from the actual rhythm of his dance around the canvas as he applies the paint. In this way, you can think about the rhythm in his paintings as a sort of document of his painting process.